Okay, perfect. Alright, we're in. We're in. Oh, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Are we actually gonna level up after this?
Yes, we'll
session?
level up after this. This is like the third
Oh.
session.
I know.
Still.
Hey, I need to be level 500 by session 4.
Because I can't do anything if I don't level up. I can't.
That is fair. Well, you'll level up after
I'm going to
this.
revoke your DM privileges.
Okay, I guess we just won't have OTAX anymore. I'm shutting it all down. I'm shutting down the entire project. Deleting the
Goodbye.
Discord.
It was good working with you guys.
Yeah, it's good playing with y'all. Good playing. Pause that shit. We ain't playing the music yet. I need to queue up a bunch of music so I don't forget.
Go stay down.
Five Nights at Freddy's. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay.
We're gonna fight a giant Springtrap rabbit decision, guys.
Yeah, that's the plot twist. Springtrap fucking is the queen of Valteria. She takes the shawl off. It's Springtrap. And then he goes, I always come back. I always come back. And it turned out that the dragon fangs were actually Foxy, Chica, Freddy, Bonnie, and Golden Freddy. Oh shit! What a plot twist. I've actually
it was always Gregory.
yeah, I actually have been working with the developers of Security Breach to make Five Nights at Freddy's OTAX.
Sponsorship.
Yeah.
The reason why Security Breach was a huge flop is because they're secretly working on OTAX.
Yeah. It's all a massive setup.
Oh, fucking finally.
Oh, whoa. Welcome. Okay. Gonna queue a few more songs. I feel like I should just I wish I could just cue the entire soundtrack, but I can't, and it makes me want to cry.
Happy Pride Month. Shout out to the gays.
Oh, speaking of gays.
Oh my god.
Speaking of queers.
Of queers, let me show you something. Hey, August.
Hello.
Oh shit, Mike. I just got this headset, so I'm having to take off the plastic. Do I sound any better?
You sound good to me.
Okay, good. So, I bought a laptop specifically for my D&D campaign yesterday.
Cute.
There was no other reason for me to buy it.
Christ.
Yeah. Why do you think?
But August, I will tell you.
What?
They wanted to cry after it ended because they did not want.
Excellent
Then
work.
the first
Good
time
job.
playing, and I was
Magnifique. All right. Wow. All right. Well. Sorry, I'm like eating my food. Okay. Well, I guess we're all here, so I guess we just go.
Are we gonna start?
Yeah.
Repetitive time?
I'm so used to waiting like 40 minutes to starting a session where everyone's here.
So proud.
All right.
Hold up, August. August,
What?
to make you wait a little bit, I do need to get my dice.
Oh, okay. All right, there we go, guys.
Yeah,
There we go. There we go.
Wait a minute. Yeah, there you go. I had to be the one to do it.
Yeah, he had to be the one. Okay. How do I unplay? Okay. Okay. That's so funny. All right, perfect.
I'm at my girlfriend's house, so I'm using a PDF of my character sheet that's not fully up to date,
Oh, that's
and whatever dice you can
that's
find.
fine.
Man,
Dude.
I don't got a character sheet. I gotta
Shit right
I gotta
Dude.
make mine.
I always love it whenever like partners sit in
Yeah.
and they just watch me traumatize their their partner. I love being an evil
was fun.
bastard. All right.
It's a good time.
All right. Oh my God, are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready to fucking rumble?
Can y'all hear me?
Oh my god.
Yes, I can.
Yes.
I can absolutely hear you. Alrighty. It is time to freaking game. Okay. Let me just... Okay, the music. Come on. Come on, it's got it. It's got it on lock. It's gonna work, guys. Don't worry.
It's
I
not
believe
a
you.
text campaign without having technical difficulties.
Don't worry, guys. It's gonna work. It's
This is
gonna
very true.
It's gonna work.
it's gonna work. It couldn't just do it. It couldn't.
No.
What? I'm so
never.
okay. Well, just can I just unpause slash okay, what if I just do it again? No.
Will everybody? Oh, tap.
What did I do? What have I done?
We need our delay in some way, shape,
I'm sorry.
or form.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this is all intentional. Fuck. Okay, hold on. We're just gonna do this. You know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna do this. We're just gonna start fresh. All right. Get the fuck out of here, Meeseeks. No one fucking likes you. All right. You're a shitty bot. You suck. And I'm just gonna.
Use Jockey, the superior music bot.
But he's called Dirty Crime Boy. He can't. His name is Dirty Crime. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll just.
Just look at that face. He's committed awful crimes.
Okay, I guess I'll play Jockey. What is the command to do Jockey? Which one is it?
I think it's just exclamation point P.
P.
Yeah, cause isn't Meeseeks M exclamation point?
Oh, I just do exclamation point play and then it just kind of does it.
Okay, then Jockey's probably M exclamation point P. I can't remember.
It's being so weird right now though. Why is it not? Kick.
Oh my god.
You got it.
I got it, guys. I got it. Okay, don't worry, guys. It's gonna work.
Yeah.
It's gonna work.
Do M exclamation point P.
P.
Play.
And then I hit it with one of these, and then I go like this.
You.
I have to do like slash play.
Well, I don't think you do Spotify links.
Oh, can it not?
I don't think so.
That fucking sucks. Well, then what are we gonna play? All I have is Spotify.
You have to
links.
put the name. You have to put the name of the song.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay. But now I have to like type it all out. Okay.
Just put the title of the name.
What do you mean? Put the title of the name.
Or the title of oh my god, I'm killing you. I already had to teach my grandma how to change her password because she got hacked today. I don't need to handle this shit.
This is so funny. That's so weird though, because it literally worked last session, and now it's.
It does YouTube links. I don't think it does Spotify links.
Well, it's fucking gay. It's
I believe in you. You got this.
freaking
We can do this. We can do this.
Freaking.
It's okay.
Okay, yeah, we can do this. Wait, actually, do you think there's just like copyright-free fantasy music on YouTube? Do you think that exists?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Good.
Hold on. I'm just gonna do some research right here, guys. Real
You
quick.
can just
Don't worry.
type in streamer-friendly fantasy music.
Oh, what a genius he is.
God.
Streamer
This is why I'm called the
We
God.
such a big brain.
fantasy
Look
The wrinkles,
music.
the wrinkles
I have so many wrinkles on my brain, guys.
was on that man's brain.
Oh, look at this. It's
Dude,
non-copyright.
fucking brains and beauty? Shit.
Damn.
Alright, now, watch and learn. Watch and learn, and watch this not work. But it's okay. Please.
Got it.
Please. Please.
Bro, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Hold on, let me try that shit.
Yeah. You try it.
Alright.
How did you even do that?
Is it working?
Yeah, it is. Wait.
Yeah.
What? Oh, you have to put an M.
I've been telling you. August, I've been telling you.
I don't know how Discord works, alright? Just cut me some slack here, guys, alright? I just write the story. I don't know what any of this stuff is, alright? It's okay, guys. We figured it out.
So, I might be without a character sheet because D&D Beyond is being a stinky little man.
That's fine. You know what? It's alright. At this
Use a
point, I'm
different
just happy that the music's playing.
Use
Alright.
5th edition character sheets. It never gives me a sheet.
I'm using it on my laptop.
Yeah. D&D Beyond.
Oh my god, that was... that was funny. Okay. Alright, well,
What
I've...
would you do without me?
Oh yeah, no, honestly, if you weren't here, this would have been a catastrophe. I would have just been like, well, I guess everyone just bring up your favorite Spotify playlist. Alright.
Just play it over the fucking speaker.
Yeah. Well, now that I have...
It cuts out every time your audio cuts out.
Well,
Oh my god.
now that I have officially wasted everyone's time enough, now we'll begin. Alright. Let me just finish chewing my food real quick so I don't, give you guys the wet ASMR.
Yo, my mom's bringing me a bowl of spaghetti.
It's fucking pog. Alright.
Oh.
Alright, motherfuckers. Mute yourselves. Welcome back, everybody, to the next session of Meeting of Worlds. I'm going to start off with a little bit of a recap. Where we last left off, our Valterian group, with their Fey prisoner in hand, arrived at the foresty continent of Fenral, birthplace of the first forest and homeland to Enta. You guys needed to find the wormwood from which the amber fruit grows and feed it to Alistair. Or Alisman. It's Alisman, sorry. Alisman. So that way he can lead you all to the magical continent of Arcania. You all headed into the forest. And after some camping, you guys ran, or were more crept up upon by a giant spider. The spider surprisingly talked, and said that it wasn't very happy that a bunch of Valterians were back in its forest after the previous visit where the Valterian Empire burned half of Fenral to the ground in search of some mysterious prize. You were all about to fight the spider, but just before you were all able to draw your weapons or devise any real plan, you were all hit in the neck by sleep darts by a group of mysterious warriors. After the sleep darts' poison wore off, you all awoke in the middle of a large stone temple in the middle of Fenral, and you were all greeted by the archdruid of the forest named Lorelei. The people who knocked you out with the sleep darts were known as the Guardians of the Forest. There are two nymphs, Lena and Moon, a Fae named Tav, a Warforged named Rook. They all seemed very confused to why you Valtarians are back in the forest after what your people had committed, and after some talking and some trial and error, Lorelei decided to ask the World Tree what to do with you all. The World Tree is this absolutely massive, gargantuan great tree. It is literally so large that its branches cast a second canopy over Thenral. It is huge. And apparently, it is one of the first trees Enta ever planted. So, very old thing. Lorelei brought you Valtarians to the foot of the World Tree, and there she communed with it, asking it what should be done with these intruders. But from her words, it appears that the World Tree has asked her to not only set you all free, but to help guide you all to the Wormwood and to find the Amber Fruit. Lorelei was obviously shocked at this, as well as the other Guardians. But since the World Tree's word is law in the forest, they must abide by it. So, Lorelei sent one of the Nymph Guardians, named Lena, to lead you all to the Wormwood, which is located in the Deep Forest, the cursed part of Thenral. And also accompanying you all was a temporary Guardian / Wanderer named Oz, another Warforged, with a strange, mysterious air about him. And that is the end of the recap. You are all currently following Lena into the Deep Woods to find out where this Wormwood is located. And with that, we're going to kick off with one of the iconic August cutscenes. Alright. The Forest of Thenral is unnaturally dark once you venture long enough into the tree lines. The trees are so thick and so dense that they seem to block out the very sunlight that shines above them. In this darkened, gloomy state, it is hard to pick out certain entities. But one seems to stand out like a sore thumb, as her bright yellow golden eyes burn throughout the tree lines. Luneth walks into the middle of a clearing. You can see that her sword is now emblazoned with the green witch fire that she inherited from Lillian. She stands in the middle of this clearing and looks around at the rest of the forest. It's been a long time since I've been here. Not surprised to see that this place is still a disgusting wreck, same way as I left it. Alright then. Time to find the Wormwood, Luneth says as she holds her hands out and mutters the words, Infernal Arts, Wild Hunt. And you watch as the trees around Luneth begin to creak and move. The stones at her feet begin to rumble, and the weeds and the leaves begin to stir with malice. You watch as the fauna around Luneth begins to morph, change into beasts. The wood from the trees turns into massive bears and wolves. The leaves and the roots turn into snakes and falcons. The rocks turn into beetles and small spiders. You watch as all of these different beasts birthed from the very forest around Luneth begin to crawl and move around her, all of their eyes burning the same yellow that her eyes do. She looks into the deep parts of the forest, and she smiles. Let the hunt begin, she says. Find me the wormwood and the amber fruit that grows on it. Move. And you watch as her pack of animals, barking, scratching, and snarling, dive deep into the forest to find the wormwood. And she follows closely behind her pack of animals. You may all unmute yourselves and turn on your cameras as we start off this session.
I'm not turning mine on. I just hopped out of the shower.
Mine's a little broken still.
No worries. All right, so
I did order a laptop.
perfect. Everyone's ordering a laptop for D&D. It's the only reason you need a
Should be better
laptop.
for next session.
All right. You are all currently walking through the forest. It's mostly forest here. Lena is in front of your group, leading you all along your path. You can see that she keeps looking over her shoulder at you all, kind of like very suspicious. And her hand has not left the hilt of her sword this entire time she's been guiding you all. She continues to walk forward as she kind of mutters to herself, "Just because the World Tree said that I'm supposed to lead you all to this wormwood doesn't mean I want to do it. And anyways, besides, you're all probably going to end up dead in the deep wood anyways, so I don't really know why I'm doing this," she says as she continues to walk forward. Alright, we're going to go down the line of what you're all doing right now. You're all currently walking, but if you guys want to have any little roleplay moments, we can do those right now. So let me roll my trusty d6 and put someone on the spot. Or, yeah. Alright, first up is Beck.
Alright, Beck is he's silently walking, not really paying mind to anybody else. He just doesn't really care. He just wants to get done with his mission, so he's not paying anybody mind.
Beck, as you're walking, you hear Lena kind of call out, "Stop!" She says as she kind of holds her hand in front of you, and you stop for a second, and she just goes, "Watch where you're walking, Valterian. Almost took a bit of a tumble there," she says. She turns around and continues to walk forward. Beck, you look down and you notice that you almost tripped over a root that would have caused you to fall down the cliffside that you're all currently walking next to. Anything else? Anything else you want to do, Beck? Any role-playing things, or do you want to move it on to the next person?
I'm good moving on to the next.
Alrighty, time to roll the trusty d6 of justice. Next, we have Elwyn. Elwyn, what are you currently doing right now?
So, did Elwyn see Beck almost fall?
Yes.
He's going to laugh at Beck. He's going to laugh very hard. And tell him to watch his step next time he's facing off. And then he's going to look to his little new Fae friend and say, "So I heard you mention an animal that they have? It's an animal."
I'm sorry, what was that last part? I couldn't hear, sorry.
What was the animal again that you were talking about?
The ram.
It's a ram.
His name is Truffle.
Oh, he sounds really cute.
And he was also kidnapped by you guys.
Well, again, as I told them, it wasn't me personally, but don't worry. I'm not going to let that mean old Beck keep your ram away from you. As soon as this is all over, we're going to get you your ram back. All right?
Better.
So me and you, we're okay. And don't worry, I'm not going to let him be an asshole. We're all good.
Lena,
and then
Lena turns around at this mention, and it seems like her tone has kind of changed a little bit as she talks to Aliceman, and she just says, "You have a ram?"
Yes.
What kind of
I
ram?
got him from my dad.
Oh.
He's like speckled.
Oh.
White with black speckles.
That is adorable, Lena says. You can see that the minute an animal has been brought up, Lena's kind of whole personality has changed a little bit. And throughout this entire walk, she seemed to definitely been a little bit warmer to Aliceman than the rest of you. But she kind of drops it a little bit as she continues to walk forward and continues to scout. Elwyn, is there anything else you would like to do?
I'm just gonna keep an eye out, make sure everyone's staying together, nothing's off.
Alright. Time to roll the d6 of justice. Ekrai, your turn. Ekrai, what are you doing right now as you're walking with the group?
Ekrai is kind of just like, he's not paying much attention to what's going on around him. He's doing what he always does. He's got the dancing lights. He's got his dancing lights cantrip, and he's just like swirling around in his hand, paying no attention to anyone else, like always.
You hear Lena kind of speak up again. I don't want to be the one that keeps nagging all of you, but you may want to kill those lights unless you want to attract something unpleasant towards all of us, she says, looking over at you, Ekrai.
Ekrai just scoffs and like sticks him in his pocket.
Sorry to be such a downer, but the closer and closer we get to the deep woods, the less and less influence we, as the Guardians, have. So, just to make sure that nobody dies, you may want to keep bright lights and loud noises to a minimum. Just a suggestion, she says, as she continues to walk forward. Ekrai, anything else you want to do during your turn?
No, not at all.
Cool. Our last two. Aliceman, what are you doing right now as you're walking with the group?
Aliceman is counting the coins that he had in his pocket.
Alrighty.
He would have been trying to plan to escape, but now that he thinks that they're going to help him get his ram back, he's not going to try to.
Very well. Aliceman, you are currently counting your coins. Surprisingly, for being taken captive, the Valtarians didn't really seem any reason to poach your money, so you still got your bags of traded money that you've accumulated throughout your years as a little traveling merchant. All right, Aliceman, anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Nope.
Alrighty, then we'll move on to our last person, Oz. Oz, what are you currently doing right now?
He's looking for food for his little pet that lives in his chest now.
What was that? Sorry, you cut out a little bit there.
I said that he's looking for the food for his little pet that now lives in his chest.
Oh. What the fuck did I name these things? They were called like
Blorubs.
Wait, what were they?
Blorup.
Blorubs. Okay. Fucking Rick and Morty ass name. Blorup. All right. Oz, make me a perception check. Let's go ahead and roll a good d20 and add your wisdom modifier.
Shit, hold on a second. I actually set my wisdom. That'll be a 21.
Alrighty. Oz, as you are walking down the path with the rest of the group, you're kind of like all the way in the back, kind of, you know, flanking everyone. Your blower-up starts to go like a little bit as it kind of wiggles out through your armor. And you can see that this thing is fucking weird looking. It's got like teeth everywhere, tentacles. It's got like a big gaping mouth. It looks oddly cat-like, but in the worst way possible, with being mixed with teeth and tentacles. Oz, as you're looking around, you do notice an apple hanging from a tree, and since you're so tall, it's not that hard to just kind of reach up and just kind of grab it, and you can hear your blurp go as it kind of looks at the apple that you've picked off the tree. Oz, what do you wish to do with the apple?
Half? I guess just a random little blade I have on it.
What was that?
Half of it.
Oh, cut half of it? Okay. Yeah. Alright.
I cut half of it. I shove half of it into the armor, and then the other half I give it to the blower-up.
The blower-up kind of goes and starts chomping on this apple. It is a very, very messy eater as it's just kind of going Everyone kind of turns around at this noise to just kind of look at you, Oz. Everyone else, you're watching this strange little tentacle teeth cat monster just like going crazy over this apple, and it's getting like little apple chunks all over Oz, like his face, his cloak, his boots, and after it's done, it just lets out a giant burp, and then it scuttles back into Oz's armor. Quite a interesting little friend there you found, Lena says as she stares at you, Oz.
Keeps me warm.
I guess so, she says. You all continue down the road. You guys start to notice that nightfall starts to creep in as, like I've mentioned before, Fenral is already very dark due to how thick the canopy is, but it's getting even darker now that the sun is starting to set. So, you all decide it would be wise to kind of get off this little cliffside that you're all on and find somewhere nice to rest for the night. As you all set up camp, Ekrai, you light the fire. Beck and Elwyn, you guys help set up the tents. Aliceman, you continue to count your money. And Oz, you're just kind of petting your blore up. You can see that Lena brings out some rations from her bag as you all kind of get the camp set up. And she kind of looks at you all and she just says, "Here," and she tosses you all each like some kind of dried bread-like food. It kind of looks like a cracker in a weird way, but it looks more like dried bread. So, who wants to take the first bite?
I'm just gonna like chomp it happily.
All right, Ekrai, you take a bite into the bread. It kind of just tastes like stale bread, but it ain't bad. Not bad at all. Definitely had worse. Ekrai, as you finally. Oh, what was that, Elwyn?
I was gonna say, I was gonna break half of it off and smell it and then taste it.
All right, smells like wheat. You take a bite. Tastes like wheat, just very stale. Ekrai, as you fully get the fire all set up, Beck, you finish setting up the last of the tents. You all kind of sit around the fire and pull out your small bits of food and rations to eat for the night. As Lena kind of looks at you all, she still has a very untrusting look about her, especially towards Beck. Beck, just to clarify, have you been wearing your helmet this entire time?
Yes, I have.
Alright, good. Lore accuracy. Lena kind of looks at you, Beck. You haven't removed your helmet yet to eat because you're just not really that hungry right now. And you can see Lena's just kind of like giving you a side eye as she kind of munches on her food. Alright. So, here's the situation, Valterians and friends, she says, gesturing over to Oz and Aliceman. Where we are headed is somewhere called the Deep Wood. It isn't a nice place at all. You see, I don't know much about this wormwood. I don't even know if it exists. But from legends and our history, the wormwood is said to be grown in an old Sunkeeper temple. However, this isn't any old Sunkeeper temple. This is a place called Rolaz. It's more of a shrine or a place of worship. Apparently it was the first place of worship constructed to worship Enta. However, no one's been to it since the Cataclysmic Wars. It's a bit of a cursed location, to say the least. And the beasts that prowl around this temple are angry, furious, hoping that their god is going to return, but she never will. It drives them insane. With that being said, I've never been in the Deep Wood. In fact, none of us have been in the Deep Wood since the Cataclysmic War. So this is all very new territory for all of us. So, all I ask is you all stick to me, follow exactly what I say, and hopefully no giant bear monster will come out of the woods, missing half of its face, and eat one of you. She says. Anyways, any questions or concerns any of you have? I'll take that as a no, she says, as she continues to chomp into her food. Right, well, better all get some sleep soon, she says as she stands up and starts to walk towards her tent. I'll see you all at early sunrise, she says. She walks in. Is there anything you guys want to do before heading to sleep?
Ellen is gonna turn to Beck and be like, "So do you sleep in that thing, or like?" Is it
All you see is just like Beck's like piercing blue eyes. Just kind of, he just looks at you. Just nothing comes out of his mouth. He just looks at you.
So is that a no or?
Fucking love
Good
Elwyn.
night. And he goes to sleep.
Elwyn is the Otto of this campaign. I love it.
Great.
Alright. Anything else you guys want to do before getting some shut-eye? No.
Shut-eye.
Alright. Then by one, you all start to head to bed. Head to, get some nice rest. You all sleep as peacefully as you can on the forest floor until the light comes and you all get out of your beds to prepare for the continuation of your walk into the deep woods. You can see Lena is the first to rise as she's kind of standing, looking kind of over the cliff that you've all been walking on. She looks down into the rest of the forest and she hears you all get out of your tents. Alright, pack up quickly. We have lots and lots of ground to cover before it falls to night again. In fact, if you have anything that you don't deem worthy, I would suggest leaving it here for now. We should try to travel light in the deep woods, she says, as she looks at all of you. You all pack up your tents, your canteens, your pots and pans, leaving anything behind that you deem unnecessary for the place you're about to head into. And as you all begin your trek again, you all notice that ahead of you all, about a mile or so, just from looking through the tree lines, you can see that the trees ahead of you all look even older than the trees you've been walking by. They have this dark, kind of grayish hue to their bark. Their branches are long and skeleton-like, the twigs almost ending like skeletal fingers, as these dark, murky brownish green leaves grow from each and every tree. You can see that the thicket gets even larger here. Bushes almost as tall as Oz can be seen blocking your sight line. As Lena walks you closer to this very obvious cutoff between the regular woods and the deep woods, she looks back to all of you. Listen to everything I say, follow my orders, and if I say run, you all run. Got it?
Beck nods.
Alright. Now, the deep wood is pitch black. You're all going to notice that the minute we walk in there, your vision is going to be severely hampered. I know that most of us
I have dark vision.
But I know that one of us does not, Lena says as she looks over at you, Beck. Now, as I said before, light sources won't help us in the deep forest, as it will only attract those things that want to eat us. So, basically what I'm saying is someone's going to have to hold Beck's hand so he doesn't end up walking off a cliff again.
I think I can handle myself. Thank you.
Lena kind of looks over at you. Whatever you say, elite. I mean, you are the most powerful fighting force, so yeah. I don't know why I was worried in the first place. You'll be just fine, she says. She turns around. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Elwin's gonna clear his throat and turn it back and be like, look, don't be a jackass. If you need to hold on to something, hold on to somebody's like shirt or gear or something. We don't need our fearless leader falling down a mountain.
I'll be fine.
Whatever you say.
God, he's so hot. I just choked on my rice.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no, he's hot.
All right. You all begin your trek into the deep woods, and just like Lena said, immediately, even you guys with dark vision start to notice that the area just gets a lot dimmer, and your field of vision becomes much blurrier as you all enter it. And Beck, it gets like almost pitch black. There are like small slivers of light where you can kind of see the outlines and shadows of things, but overall this place is pitch black.
Can't wait to make a bunch of rolls.
So excited.
Yay.
As you all begin to walk through the dark, the deep wood. Let me play some music here, sorry.
Can I just like turn and ask Beck if he's sure about not wanting to hold?
Yeah?
I'm sorry you cut out.
Just like turn and ask Beck if he's sure about not wanting to hold someone's hand.
For the third time, I'll be fine.
He'll be fine, guys. He's an elite. Great fighting force of Valteria, Lena says as she keeps walking forward.
Beck shoots her kind of a dirty look.
She shoots it back.
I love the tension.
Oh, they're gonna fuck. Alright. As you all continue into the deep woods. Well, you are right about making some rolls, because I'm gonna have you guys make some rolls. I think I'll just have all of you make me some... I'll have all of you make me perception rolls right now. Beck, you will have disadvantage. Yep.
Yeah.
You have disadvantage, but everyone else, you guys can see clearer. So everyone go ahead and roll your dice. A perception check is a d20 plus or minus your wisdom modifier. So make your rolls now.
15.
15? Okay.
12.
12.
22.
22! Yes, Oz.
Yep.
11.
11? Cool.
My character has superior vision.
What was that?
My character has superior dark vision.
Oh! I'll give you advantage.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait. What's it? Hold on. That is a 22.
Alrighty. Alright. Elwin, Ekrai, Alisman. Oh. Can everyone hear me? Hello? Okay, there we go. Sorry.
Yep.
Alright. My audio was looking weird for a second. Alright. Ekrai, Elwin, Alisman. You all don't really notice.
You're cutting out.
Oh, God, I am
Oh,
cutting
no.
out. Okay, it is happening. Okay, hold on a second.
It's really bad.
We lost him.
Okay. Yeah.
Not our fearless leader.
Not our fearless leader. Yeah, our Wi-Fi has been a little funky lately, so if I cut in and out, I may just have to leave and come back sometimes. So, but for now, we're good. All right. God damn it, Lou, you son of a bitch! Every time. All right.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
Kiss me right now.
All right, you motherfuckers. Before I start cutting out again. Ekrai, Alisman, Elwin, you guys do not really notice anything. The things that you do notice is that this part of the forest is very, very thick. Aliceman, you're almost drowning in the bushes. Aliceman, you're like pushing past these bushes and there's like twigs going into your mouth. You're pretty sure that like 5 spiders have been on you at this point, and it's only been like 20 minutes into the deep woods. Elwyn, you like accidentally stub your toe on a root. Ekrai, you know that thing when like you're walking and then like a branch like whips you in the face with the leaves? Yeah, that happens to you, Ekrai.
Like somebody walks past it first and moves it.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Like Oz was in front of you and accidentally moved it and slapped you in the face. But overall, you're all being pretty good at staying on the path. Obviously, it's a little bumpy here or there just because of how untraveled this part of Fenral is, but you're staying pretty good. Oz and Beck. Beck, it is very dark, and you're kind of just using every other sense you have. You're kind of like using your feet to try and like feel out where all the rocks and roots are. You're like kind of just like softly brushing past trees with your hands. You're doing a pretty good job. You've almost tripped a couple times, but everyone's almost tripped, so it's not really that big of a deal. And Beck and Oz, you guys are kind of looking off in the same direction, and you both notice it at the same time. And Oz stopping in front of you, Beck, kind of confirms what you saw as well. There's a pair of bright green glowing eyes staring at you all, and they look cat-like. You can see that as the rest of you notice that Oz and Beck kind of stop a little bit as they spot these eyes. And Lena kind of looks over to where you two are looking, and she just kind of goes, "Shit. All right. Everyone back up. Back up, everyone. Behind me," she says, as she kind of like stands in front of you all. "Don't make a sound," she says. "I need you all to make me stealth checks."
Nice.
Modifier would that be?
That's your dexterity.
That is going to be a 19.
19?
8.
I'd say 18.
18. Aliceman, what did you get?
Oz.
12. Ekrai?
8.
8. Beck?
25.
25. Damn! Beck really is an elite. Shit! I was...
My stealth is fucking correct.
He's so lore accurate to being an elite. Alright. Alright, so... Oz, Beck, Elwyn, and Aliceman, you're all pretty good at kind of staying out of the line of sight of this creature and not really moving. Ekrai, though, you go to take a step back, just kind of like out of instinct, and you accidentally trip on a giant root behind you, and it kind of catches onto the back of your boot, and you all hear Ekrai fall over and make a loud flump into the ground as the leaves kind of like shimmy around him. And you can see that the beast's eyes kind of focus on all of your guys' locations, and you can see them get wider, like they expand a little bit, so you can see its eyes even more clearly. Lena looks back at you, Ekrai, and just says, and she just like holds her finger up to her mouth in like a shushing motion. You all watch as the eyes get slightly bigger and bigger and bigger, and from the tree lines and the shadows outsteps this giant black panther. It is huge, much larger than anything that you've seen naturally in the wilds. It is standing at a very clear 7 feet tall on all fours. It has what appears to be branches and leaves growing out from under its fur. And you can see that its mouth is slightly open, and you can see some saliva dripping from its mouth as it kind of closes in a little bit. You can see that it's looking over in your guys' directions, but it's not making any move, almost as if it's observing you all. Lena just kind of turns to you all, and she kind of gives you guys the hand signal to like not move, like just do not move a single muscle in your body, as she turns back very slowly and looks at the large black panther. She's now going to try and cast a spell, so let me roll for her. And that's pretty fucking good. That's a 19. All right. You watch as Lena kind of moves her arm a little bit, and I forgot it. I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys before, but Lena has like a full sleeve tattoo down her right arm. And it looks like a bunch of vines and roots, and they turn into like a bear. So she has like a bear tattoo sleeve, and it's like a bunch of roots and vines, like the way that it's like formed. You can see that Lena kind of turns her arm, and you can see that the tattoo on her arm kind of glows a soft green color, a little bit brighter green than her skin tone. And you watch as she kind of softly snaps her fingers very quietly. You can hardly hear the snap. And you guys can hear a loud kind of behind the panther. And it turns around. You can see Lena kind of moves her arms again very swiftly and gently. And you guys can see that she materializes a little green rabbit that appears to be made out of mist at the spot where she made the noise. And you can see it's kind of like jumping up and down trying to get the panther's attention as he kind of moves closer to it. And then Lena sends the little bunny rabbit off into the forest, and you guys watch as the large panther like sprints after it at incredibly fast speeds into the forest, and you guys can hear it crashing through the trees and the twigs until finally the sound of the panther is gone. Lena takes a deep sigh. That's why I said, be quiet, she says. She walks over to you, Ekrai, and she extends her hand to help pick you up.
Yeah, I take it. I let her help me.
You grab her arm, Ekrai, and she hoists you up back onto your feet, and she kind of like dusts off your shoulder. But for falling on your ass, you stayed pretty quiet, so good job, she says, and she continues to walk down the path. In this quick moment, anything you guys want to do, or do you want to keep going?
Elwyn's gonna thank her and be like, that was actually really cool. I like the tattoo. Looks cool.
Lena kind of looks over and she kind of gives you a soft, low smile. Thank you, Elwyn. It's, she looks at her tattoo. It's, tradition for the nymphs of the forest to get an animal tattooed on their arm. Yeah, she says. She kind of looks at her arm a little somberly. You can tell there's a little bit of history with this tattoo that she's been given. And she just kind of nods and continues to walk down the path. All right. As you all continue to follow Lena, let me cue another song real quick. So, sorry, hold on. Just want to make sure that the vibes don't stop suddenly. Okay. As you all continue to walk down the forest, I'm going to have Aliceman make me a perception check. So, Aliceman, if you could please make me another perception check. 5. Okay. Aliceman, you are being the shortest member. You are the closest to the ground. And Aliceman, as you are walking along, you kind of slip a little bit, and you catch yourself. You kind of like, you extend your two arms so you catch yourself so you don't smack your face into the muddy floor. And as you look down, Aliceman, you notice that there appears to be tracks where your face is currently looking into the ground. They appear to be wolf tracks, and they appear to be very fresh. But that's about all. And as you kind of look up to try and see where they're going, they kind of just meander off into the bushes off to the side.
I tell Lena about it.
Lena comes over and she looks at the tracks and she just says, it was maybe a warg or a great wolf. Plenty of those in here. They usually hunt in packs, so best hope that they don't find us, she says, as she kind of helps you up to your feet, Aliceman. You may want to... Your face, it's got some mud on it, she says.
Okay, thank you.
No worries, she says, and she turns back to go to the front of the group to continue walking. After a bit more walking, it's been a while, and you guys notice that the little slivers of sunlight that are sometimes peeking into the deep woods are starting to fade. And Lena kind of, like, she looks a little concerned as she says, well, I was hoping we would at least get to a better spot than where we are right now before nighttime rolled around, but given giant panthers and tripping, I guess we weren't as fast as I thought we would be, but that's fine. Elwyn, Beck, if you guys could maybe try and find somewhere to set up camp. The rest of you, I need you guys to keep a lookout for a little bit while I do something. Just scan the tree lines and make sure that nothing creeps up on us, she says, as she kind of kneels down to the ground, and you see she starts muttering to the tattoo on her arm. Alright, Beck and Elwyn, let's do you two first. If you both could roll me perception checks to try and find a decent spot to try and sleep for the night.
Looks like a 15.
15?
Mine's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay, damn. He's an elite for sure.
Dude, my perception's great.
The two of you, Beck found it first, but Elwyn kind of made it seem like he found it first, even though he really didn't. The two of you find that nestled in between two larger trees is this nice kind of little circular area that's relatively wide enough to cram your tents into there. It would be a bit of a tight fit, but looking around, this is the clearest spot you guys can find. Everywhere else is covered in bushes and thorns and trees and all types of crap. So this is probably the best you guys can do for the night. Ekrai, Alisman, and Oz, the three of you could make me perception checks as you're all scanning the tree lines, making sure nothing creeps up on your group.
18.
18, pretty good.
19.
19, pretty good.
I got a 4.
4. Oz, you are currently trying to keep your Blorap from making any noises. So you're kind of just trying to, like, get it to shush a little bit, and you, like, feed it a couple pieces of food so it doesn't go in the middle of the forest. Ekrai and Alisman, the two of you are looking out onto the tree lines. Ekrai, you notice what appears to be, like, an owl, a little bit larger than usual, kind of standing on a branch on a tree, kind of far off. You can see its eyes kind of glinting a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be paying you guys any mind. Alisman, you're looking out onto the tree lines more to the north, and as you're kind of looking out, you notice something very large kind of walking throughout the tree lines. It looks bear-like in nature, but it's far too far away for you to actually get a good look at it. But you think, before it delves deeper into the forest, you think it looked at you with bright yellow eyes. But you can't be too sure, you just got a flash of them before it descends further into the forest. You all fully set up your camp once again. Ekrai, you get the fire going. Beck, Elwyn, you guys set up the tents. The rest of you start to pull out food to eat. Once again, you guys take your positions around the campfire and begin munching on your rations for the night. As Elena kind of looks at you all again. You know, for a bunch of Altarians, you guys aren't very, bloodthirsty, she says, kind of looking at you all. Thought I would have to hold you all back a little bit more to not attack that panther.
I'm gonna just chip in and say that I'm hired help. In it for the money more than anything.
Elwyn's gonna nod in agreement.
Look, I know that's what you two keep saying. You're hired help, you aren't actually Valtarians. But the minute you wear their armor, and the minute you accept a job from them, kind of makes you one. Just because you aren't born in their country doesn't devoid you of consequences for what you may have done under them. Not saying that you two are horrible people, I'm just saying that just because you're working for them for coin doesn't automatically make you not associated with them, she says. She doesn't really seem to care about respecting your country at all, Beck. She is very, like...
Beck isn't really offended at all. He doesn't really care.
Alright. Lena just continues to kind of munch on her food, and she says, so, the reason you're all here is to find this ancient wormwood, which is a legendary tree that grows in the middle of the deep woods, that grows an amber fruit, so you can feed it to Alisman, so he can lead Valteria to Arcania. Right? She says.
Basically, yeah.
Doesn't that seem a little bit like a shit plan, she says? I mean, like, I don't want to question the Valterian's Empire's great strategic minds, but that seems kind of like a wild shot in the dark. You're going to go to a cursed place to find a tree that may or may not exist, to find a fruit that may or may not exist on the tree, so you can feed it to a Fae so that he may or may not lead you to Arcania. Seems like a lot of, lots of setup to fail, don't you think? She says.
I don't know, man. Did you see the size of that paycheck?
I mean, I guess as long as you guys went and did the thing and came back, they have to pay you, right? Valterians are supposed to be loyal, after all. Too loyal, she says.
All I know is after this, I'm going home. If I have to feed some fruit to a kid, yeah, it's not that bad.
I mean...
Plus, he gets his goat back.
I mean, Alisman doesn't really look like he wants to eat the fruit. Lena says as she looks over at Alisman. But from what I've heard of the legends, the amber fruit actually tastes rather good, so maybe he's in for a treat, she says as she shrugs. I don't know. I don't want to seem like I care about a Valterian mission. It just seems like your dragon fang's kind of setting you up for failure, she says as she shrugs. I mean, honestly, I think you would have more solid info to go on than just find this magical tree that may or may not exist.
Well, I appreciate your concern, and I did think it was a bit odd, but again, the money is good, and they never said they were going to hurt the kitten, they just said they were going to make him eat the fruit, so if I can get him to eat the fruit and I go home happy, everyone goes home happy.
How many people do you think they're going to hurt when they get to Arcania, though? Lena says as she looks at you, Elwyn.
I don't know. I'm not responsible for what they do with that knowledge. I'm just
But you'd be responsible for getting them there, correct?
I mean, yeah, but so is anybody else who they've ever talked to. You can't blame their mothers for birthing them into the world.
You didn't have a choice when you were birthed into the world. You had a choice when you signed on to Valteria. Simple as that. Lena says as she gets up. I'm going to bed. Be early up in the morning again, and we'll head out. Lena says. She walks into her tent, kind of just cutting the conversation off at that. Anything else you guys want to do or talk about?
Elwyn's gonna ask Beck, so do we get to go home right after the kid eats the fruit? Or do we get paid for the fearless mission? Exactly.
Dude, I don't know. It's whatever, whatever Dusk says, or whoever's watching over this operation. I'm not the one who has a say in this.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that, because in the contract it only said that we have to get the kid to eat fruit. Never that we have to spend that. I'm just looking for after all this.
Beck is like so done with Elwyn. He's just like, yeah.
You're a real people person, aren't you?
Sure.
Oh, they're gonna fuck. I'm just kidding. Alright.
Elwyn is gonna turn to the kid and be like, so are you excited to see the ram? It shouldn't be more than a couple days now. You made it pretty far in.
they even let me see it?
I'm sure they will. They told you they will.
Now I feel bad.
And if anything, after I get my money, and if you want to hire me for something, who knows? Maybe I can help you get your RAM back.
Against the Valterians. If they're not letting me get it, I think that's kind of like a shot in the dark.
Well, I mean, they told you they would. I mean, if they're not going to pay me for my services, it's definitely going to not be good. So, if they betray me, of course I'm going to help you get your RAM back.
I don't know. I don't really trust any of y'all that much. Thanks anyway.
Mm-hmm. Just let me know if the big guy in the helmet gives you any trouble. He's fun to mess with.
Good night.
All right, Aliceman heads to bed. Anyone else want to say anything? I'm assuming Beck also went off to sleep.
I kind of just lean towards Elwyn and say, if not us, it's going to be someone else, so lighten up and have some fun with it. Then I head off to bed.
All right. Oz, anything you want to do before you head in?
Oz doesn't really sleep.
Yeah.
He just sits and silent.
He just recharges.
He honestly just exists.
Yeah. All right. Well, as you all head into bed, Oz, you just kind of sit on a branch or like on a larger log, and your little blowrap kind of comes up and just kind of like oddly purrs on you, but it's more like and you just kind of awkwardly pet it.
How I imagined it sound is more of like a wet, like a.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Like really wet sounding.
Real wet.
And you all drift off to sleep. Okay, we're gonna take a quick pee break, cause I need a pee. So go to the bathroom, go get snacks or whatever. Be back here in like 5-ish minutes. All right. See you all then.
I'm gonna commit a war crime.
Here we go. Okay. I am back. Guessing the other peeps are out right now, which is fine, because that gives me time to cue some more music.
So, the sibling and I were talking about like our characters' ages, and and so every time Elwyn's like the child, like in reality, like Alisman's like 22 years old.
Yeah. He probably just doesn't know.
He's a grown man.
He's just like assuming. He's just like, oh yeah, Alisman is small, so must be a kid.
Just a little guy.
It's really funny also because Beck is younger
Yeah.
than Alisman.
Oh, that's right.
Beck's like
Beck's
19,
yeah,
20.
Beck's like a young little boy. Oh.
Yeah,
He's just a young little boy.
He's just a little guy.
I know.
A tiny fella.
He's
if you
gone
will.
through way too much.
I will
He's gone through
say
way
I
too
will
much
say
at this age.
Beck kind of looks like you, Lee, but just in like an alternate dimension. Like I'm looking at him.
Bro, if I had black hair, bro.
Like
all of the women.
if you like grew your hair out a little bit more and like did the white like middle thing, like you kind of look like him.
And then got
God, you should
some
do it.
piercing peepers.
Yeah.
Piercing blue peepers.
Yeah, just like wear contacts. Well, hey, that'll be an
Yeah.
easy cosplay for you.
Hell yeah. Man, Beck cosplay?
Beck
IRL?
cosplay?
For reals?
Oh, God, I really don't want pretty women to cosplay Sartosa. That'd be horrible.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God, that'd be the worst thing ever.
Dude, me cosplaying
Oh
Nick,
no.
Yeah, that'd be great.
the world would crumble.
Alright. Are we all back?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Yep.
We're all back and raring to go. Alright, let's kick it off. Alright.
Next, send me a photo of the creature.
Yeah.
I need to see it after when it's done, please.
So, alright.
I humbly.
Let's get back into it. So, you all wake up, and as you all leave your tents and start to pack up, Beck, you notice that it appears that something large walked past your tent in the middle of the night as some of your shit's knocked over, and there's some very large paw prints, but whatever it was didn't go into your tent, so you kind of have a little sigh of relief that whatever the fuck that was, it did not decide to mess with you guys that night. As you all pack up your stuff and prepare to head out again. Sorry. I just choked on some water. You all pack up your stuff, prepare to head out. And Lena kind of looks at you all and just goes, or she looks at you all and says, all right, judging from the spell I casted last night, there is a large structure only a couple miles ahead of us. So, in actuality, we did kind of stop in a good spot. That being said, I don't know if this structure is Rolaz or not. So, just be on your toes and stay close, she says. You all continue to walk forward. Back into your classical line of walking down the trail. If there is anything you guys want to do, say it now or forever hold your peace.
Good.
All right, sounds good. You all continue down the path, and I'm going to have someone random make me a perception check because that's more fun, adds more tension to the situation. Oh, would you look at that? It's Oz. Oz, make me a perception check, please. Nex.
Whoa.
Nex. Nex, are you okay? Nexy boy. Okay, yeah. Okay, can you make me a perception check, please?
Yeah.
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 Make me a nice little perception check, Oz.
Please, for the love of God.
You guys hear me?
You're kind of cutting out a little bit, but I can sometimes hear you.
Sometimes.
Maybe something weird. Yeah, if you're talking right now, we cannot hear you. Maybe try disconnecting and yeah. The classic The classic disconnect and reconnect. Good old online D&D. It's so consistent. Hello? Alright, I can hear you very faintly.
What about now?
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Alright, what did you get?
I got a 12.
A 12. Perfect. Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah,
Whatever you
sadly.
did, whatever you
Okay.
did, it fixed it. Alright.
Okay.
Oz, as you are walking down the path with the rest of the group, you notice that they're a little bit far away, although it's close enough to where you can see it pretty clearly for the most part, is a large wolf-like creature, but it doesn't appear to be made out of flesh, blood, and fur. You can see it almost looks like it's made out of wood and bark. And you can see it has these bright, glowing yellow eyes. And you can see it's kind of like looking all over the place and kind of sniffing the ground as it's walking forward. What do you wish to do with this information?
Pet it.
Pet it?
I want to go and see if I can touch it to see if it's real.
Okay. Oz, you begin to walk off the designated path over to the weird bark wolf, and you can see Lena kind of looks over to you, Oz, and she sees you walking over to it, and she just goes, "Oz, what the fuck are you doing? Stop!"
But it's a wolf, and it's
No.
wood.
Get back over here. And you see that she looks over to where you are looking, and she goes, "What the fuck?" She says, very confused. Oz, get back here. Everyone, just same procedure. Don't move, she says. Oz, do you head back or do you continue to walk towards the wolf?
Man, I don't know who this woman is. I'm walking toward the wolf.
All right. Oz, you walk closer to the wolf, and Leonard just goes, Oz, what the fuck are you doing? Oz, as you get closer to the wolf, it notices you as it turns around, and you get a real good look of it. This wolf is made almost entirely out of the trees around the area. You can see that it has these large stone-like teeth in its mouth, and it's glowing with these bright yellow, almost demonic eyes as it's staring at you. And you can hear some sort of growling, but it sounds more like branches like grating across each other coming from its throat as it sees you, and it kind of comes a little closer. Oz, what do you do?
Still want to pet it.
Fuck.
Oz, you reach out your hand to try and pet the bark wolf, and it's going to attack you.
Well, I'm made of metal, so it...
Does a 21 hit? I'm pretty sure it does.
Yes,
All right.
it does.
All right. Oz, take 8 points of piercing damage as the beast's jaws snap onto your arm, and you can feel the metal kind of crush under the weight of the jaws. So take 8 points of damage. I need all of you to roll me initiative.
No.
Initiative.
Okay.
All right, so initiative is a D20 plus or minus your dexterity modifier. So just go ahead and roll, and then give me your number.
14.
14.
Natural 20 plus
Natural 20. All right.
16.
Elwin, what did you get?
14.
14. Oz, what did you get?
I got a 16.
16. Aliceman,
11.
11. And Beck,
21.
21. Sick. All right, and then I'll roll for Lena. Lena got a 17. And then I'll roll for the mysterious wolf. And oh, I'm not going to say that. All right. Ekrai,
Yeah.
you're up first. You just watched as this large, weird tree wolf just bites into Oz's arm with no hesitation. What do you do?
One moment. My phone keeps freezing.
No worries.
It's being. Okay. Can I cast healing word on him? Like just right then and there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What do I roll for that?
Let me use the lovely source of Google.
1d4 plus spell casting.
Yeah.
Let me find my d4. God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it'll be plus or minus your
4.
spell casting modifier. Okay. 4?
Yeah.
Perfect. Oz, go ahead and heal 4 HP. Alright. And I'm pretty sure that'll be everything for your turn, Ekrai, as we move right down the list. You guys watch as Ekrai kind of like snaps his fingers and this kind of softish bluish light kind of permeates around Oz's arm for a second, and you can see some of the metal starts to heal itself and kind of bend back into its right place. Now it's the wolf's turn.
Yay.
The wolf is going to go ahead and kind of push past Oz, kind of like charge past him. And it's immediately going to go for Beck as it opens its massive jaws and goes in for a large bite. Beck does a 13 hit.
No.
Beck, you're able to kind of dodge out of the way. Again, it's like pitch black, very, very dark. But since this thing has such bright glowing eyes, Beck, you can see it quite clearly. And it's honestly kind of a terrifying experience. I mean, like, you are a hardened Valterian elite, but it's very disturbing to just watch these large yellow eyes try to pounce on you. But you're able to dodge out of the way. Now with the wolf's second action, you all watch as the wolf howls into the air for a second before its mouth is ignited in green fire. And you can see this green fire kind of permeating out of its mouth and kind of the flames flaking across its teeth as it turns over and makes eye contact with you, Elwyn. But that'll be the end of its turn. Alright. Next in line is Beck. Beck, what are you doing?
So, can I go ahead and sneak?
Yes, you
Since
can
it's not
sneak.
looking at me. Alright.
Wait, are you a fucking rogue?
Yes.
Oh, I totally forgot. Oh, that's so funny. Alright. I thought you were a fighter. Oh, hell yeah.
No.
That's so
No,
funny.
rogue. Okay, hold on.
He's back to his roots.
Oh, hell yeah. Alright, so I rolled a. Fuck, where is it? Hold on. That's gonna be a 25.
Alright, you're hidden. Go ahead and make your move.
Nice. Okay, you're gonna have to help me through this because I barely remember how to play rogue.
So, yeah, we don't have Trin here. So sneak
Yeah.
attack. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it is,
So I first gotta roll to attack.
yes, first you have to roll to attack, but you have advantage because you're stealthed. So, make your attack
Okay.
roll.
Bro, that's a nat 20.
Alright, so you crit.
Alright, and then help. I need help still. So I'm using a rapier.
Okay, so a rapier, I believe, is a D8, just like every other sword.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's see here. Sneak attack, sneak attack, sneak attack, sneak attack.
I made an oopsie. I looked at the wrong number. I added 3 instead of 5.
Oh! Okay, so that'd be 6 instead of 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Oz, you actually healed 6, not 4 HP. So, yeah, heal 6.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
I apologize.
no worries. Okay, so, Lee, so with your sneak attack, so you roll for your damage, and then you get your extra sneak attack damage. And at level 1, it's just an extra d6, but obviously as it goes on, you add more and more d6s. So
Alright.
it'll just be this crit, damage, and then an additional d6.
Alright, hold on. Alright, that's gonna be 16 points of damage.
Alrighty. Ouchie, ouch. 16 or 19?
It was 16.
16? Okay, cool. Alrighty. So. Alright. You guys watch as Beck, who has the least amount of vision, quickly pulls out his sword and he drives it right into the neck of the wolf, and he kind of pulls it down, and you guys watch as it kind of makes this giant opening in the wolf's side, and you can see this kind of brightish greenish yellow light emanating from inside the wolf as it kind of backs up, goes as it backs up and growls. Alright, that'll be Beck's turn. Next up is Lena. Alrighty. Lena is going to go ahead and cast a spell on Elwyn. Okay, and that goes off. You watch as Lena goes ahead and she holds her arm in the air and her tattoo begins to glow again as she mutters something under her breath. And Elwyn, you feel a sudden burst of energy like shoot through your body, and you feel twice as fast as you were before. Elwyn, you have advantage on your next attack roll.
Okay.
All right, and that will be Lena's turn. So now it is Oz. Oz, your turn.
Alrighty. First off, I gotta see if I can hit it. Is a 17 hit?
A 17 just hits, yep.
Wait a minute, so what modifier do I add for an attack?
Strength.
Then an 18.
Yep, that hits.
Alright, and so you said it's made of wood?
It is made of wood.
Alright, so I'm going to do Firebolt.
Alrighty. Oh, so were you making a magic attack? Because if you're casting,
oh yeah, you're right.
So,
no.
but it does still hit because you rolled a 17. But I believe that will be your spellcasting modifier, not your strength modifier. Strength modifier is only for melee attacks, but you do still hit, so don't worry.
Yeah, well then I'll just you want me to still do the Firebolt?
Yep.
Alright, so let me roll to see how much damage I do. That is 6 points of damage.
6 points of fire damage. Alrighty. You guys watch as Oz kind of points his finger at the wolf, and you watch that like a flash of red kind of like burns underneath his armor and kind of like ignites it like underneath his plate. It shoots out of the front of his finger and hits the wolf in the side. You see it kind of reels a little bit from the pain and kind of steps back. Another smaller hole is blasted into the side, and you can see more of that yellowish, greenish light kind of pouring out of the wound. Now it is Elwyn's turn.
Okay. Well, Elwyn is going to take out the long sword
Okay.
and going for an attack.
Alrighty. Make your attack roll. And you have advantage because Lena buffed you.
That's a nat 20.
Alrighty. Y'all are killing shit today. Alright, go ahead and roll for your damage. And it'll be
Okay.
plus your strength modifier.
Okay. 4.
4. Alright. Elwyn's able to land another strike into the beast, again making another hole for that light to shine through. And that'll be it. Aliceman, it is now your turn.
Can I hit it with an arrow from my longbow?
Yes, go ahead and make me an attack roll. It'll be a d20 plus or minus your dexterity modifier.
18.
18 hits. Roll for damage. I believe a longbow deals... Longbow deals 1d8. 1d8 damage, and that will also be plus or minus your dexterity modifier.
describe that in like stupid people terms? Because I don't know what you meant by that.
Yeah. So roll a 1d8. It's the little like diamond shaped die. And then you add or subtract your dexterity modifier. So the little plus or minus next to your dexterity stat.
11.
11. Good. Very good. All right. Alrighty. Alisman is able to hit it right in one of its eyes. You can see it like pierces the wood behind the eye, and even more of the light shines out. So like now one eye is burning a little bit brighter than the other eye. Okay. All right. Top of the round. Ekrai, you're up. What are you doing?
Can I shoot it with my crossbow?
You absolutely can shoot it with your crossbow.
And what do I add to my hit modifier, or is it just the D20
It'll be
for that?
dexterity. Yeah, it'll be dexterity.
Does a 14 hit?
A 14 misses, unfortunately. You go to shoot it, but it's kind of, it's on its toes since Alisman shot it, and it kind of dodges out of the way. All right. Now it's the wolf. Yeah.
As my bonus action, can I cast Bardic Inspiration on Beck?
Yeah. All right. Beck, you now have Bardic Inspiration. You get that sweet plus 1d4 to any of your rolls.
It's a D6 according to my
Oh,
sheet.
really? Shit. Oh, that's right. They buffed it. Yeah. They buffed it. So Beck gets a 1d6 added. Sick. Well, now he's really going to crit hard with a vengeance. All right. Now it's the wolf's turn. The wolf is still burning with that greenish fire. And it's going to first attack Elwyn. That's a natural 20.
Fuck.
So, Elwyn, you are going to take... plus the additional witch fire damage. Okay, that's pretty okay. Elwyn, you take 15 points of fire damage.
Jesus.
This snarling beast lunges at you, Elwyn, and sinks its burning teeth right into your left arm, and you feel those stone teeth go deep, maybe even puncturing down to the bone, as you let out this horrible yelp of pain, and you pull the beast off, and you all look, and you can see Elwyn's kind of clutching his arm, and you can just see these giant bite marks all the way down it. It is pretty gruesome, but the beast isn't done yet. As it turns to Alisman, pissed off that you shot it in the eye, and it's going to pounce on you, Alisman. Oh, that's a natural 1. The beast goes to
Tiny.
the beast goes to pounce on you, Alisman, but you are quite small and nimble, and you're able to kind of duck underneath it, and you have it overshoot its pounce, and it kind of rolls forward and smashes into one of the trees. So it's going to take D4 bludgeoning damage for that. Oh, come on, give me the dice.
I do have a resistance to fire.
Oh,
Mine.
yeah. So that means that you would half that damage. So you only take you'd only take 7 points of damage since you take half. Yeah.
Okay.
Although it is the witch's fire. I'll think about it later. I'll think about it later if tieflings should get resistance to the witch's flame or not. But for now, we'll just say that you resisted.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, that is its turn. It's looking pretty beat up. You can see it's kind of starting to crumble a little bit from all the damage it has taken. So, another good strike or two will probably do it in. With that being said, Beck, do you want to manhandle this fucking wolf right now?
Of course. I would like to snack real quick.
All right.
And that is a dirty 20.
All right. There, you are hidden.
Alright, I'm gonna attack. Okay. Does a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit. Go ahead and roll for your damage. And you can add that
Alright.
D6 because
I know, I'm adding
yep.
that D6.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And they say bards are weak.
Okay. Where did all my... Well, hold on. This will take a moment. additional 1d6. Okay. Okay, that's going to be 23 points of damage.
All right. As the wolf is trying to scamper to its feet from missing Alisman and smashing into the tree, Beck, you immediately see your moment and you take it. As you jump forward over Alisman, you leap over him with your long sword, your rapier, and you stab the beast right into the back, like right behind its ear, and you kind of just pull up with your sword and you split its head in half. As the beast stands there for a second, and you all watch as the beast just crumbles into bark and stone and tree and leaves and twigs and vines. It like just completely falls apart into the ground, into just a pile of nature. And you watch as the soft kind of yellowish energy that was glowing in the middle of it just slowly wisps and fades out into nothingness. Alright. And that is it. Combat is over. You're all standing there catching your breath. Immediately, Lena runs over to you, Elwyn, and just says, "Let me have a look," she says as she gestures over to your arm.
By all means, by all means.
Lena looks at your arm, Elwyn. I think I will say that the Witch's Flame will negate Tiefling wound damage, but we don't have to change that right now, just for future reference. I think that'll make sense. But for now, we'll just keep you at 7.
Yeah.
You can see that the places where the wolf bit Elwyn have this kind of like strange burn around them. It's oddly unnatural. And you can see Lena looks a little shaken at this. She holds her arm, the one with the tattoo, above your arm, and she starts muttering some words. And she's going to cast a healing spell on you. Oh, and look at that. You're back to full. I rolled a 9. So go ahead and bump yourself back to max HP, Elwyn.
Alright.
You guys watch as Lena slowly closes the wounds on Elwyn's arm until they're practically gone. But for some strange reason, those little splotches where the flame touched Elwyn's skin are still visible, kind of like as a bruise. But the actual puncture wounds are gone. Lena kind of steps back and sighs for a second, and then she shoots a look at you, Oz. You just had to go and pet the fucking thing, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Why Lorelai decided to have you stick around with us for so long, I do not know. But none of us are dead. Alisman, good roll you did there near the end. That was quite dexterous, she says.
Thank you.
Right, I have no fucking idea what that was, she says as she walks over to the pile where the wolf died. She kind of kicks one of the pieces of bark off the top. I've never seen something like that before, she says. It was almost unnatural in a weird way in that fire. I swear, the longer and longer this war goes on, the crazier and crazier shit I keep seeing, she says as she turns around to look at the rest of the group. Alright, well hopefully that'll be our last encounter with a strange otherworldly beast. Let's keep moving, she says. I'm assuming there are no objections as you all continue back down the forest. After a little bit more time, you all finally arrive to the edge of the tree lines to see a large clearing in front of you all. As you all push back and push past the branches, the bushes, the vines, the trees, you all finally come into view and see this very large temple. It's in the same kind of style that the Druid temple is, the Druid temple that you were all at last session. It's like the same kind of style, that kind of like Aztec pyramid kind of triangle up to the top. It is significantly smaller than the Druid's temple, and you can see that there are large suns carved into the side of each staircase leading up to the top. You can also see that this temple is overgrown. It's got vines, it's got bushes, it's even got a tree or two growing out of it. It is overgrown. As Lena... Also, the sun is beaming down on it. This is like the one spot in the entire deep wood where there's actual sunlight, and it's a little off-putting at first because you've all been in the dark for so long that you kind of have to blink a few times to get used to normal sunlight again. As Lena looks around at all of you. Well, I think we may have found Rolaz, she says, as she looks up at the temple. First worship place of Enta, god of the wilds. Must say it's kind of poetic that it's now overgrown with nature, she says. She looks at all of you. Right, so from what the legends say, the ancient druidic text, the wormwood is to grow somewhere in this temple. It's quite small, which makes me think it goes underground, which means I don't know how big this place is going to be. But, technically, my only goal was to get you all here. But, she looks over at Alisman. Think I'll stick around a little bit to make sure you guys don't get yourselves killed, she says.
We'd appreciate the company.
Yeah, and honestly, after seeing that wolf, I would maybe like an answer or two. Maybe something in here could explain what the hell that was, she says. Right, let's keep the same line. Me in front, Oz in the back, all of you watching to make sure that nothing comes up and kills us, Lena says. You all begin to climb the temple. Let me take a long sip from my water.
Dramatic swoop.
Oh no, where'd next go? Oh, hopefully you'll be back soon. Alright. You all begin to climb the steps to the temple. They are old, worn, cracked. You can see that this temple hasn't been touched in which you assume to be thousands of years. This place has not seen any use in a long, long time. As you all reach the top, you can see that there is a spiral staircase leading back down, 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 under the earth, into some underground temple. Lena looks at you all and she says, I think light down here will be just fine, she says, nodding to you, Beck. As you all begin to descend the steps, Beck, would you like to light a torch?
Yeah, sure. I'll use one of the matches that I have on me.
Alright. As you all begin to descend the staircases, you guys do notice some very, very old, unused torches on the side of the wall. Beck, you grab one and kind of dust off the cobwebs, and you light one of your matches and light up the torch so you can see better. You all descend deeper and deeper. The staircase seems to go on forever. The deeper you guys go, the more and more vines and branches and thorns begin to grow out of the side of the walls, almost as if you're walking into a tree in some strange way. You all finally reach the bottom. You guys can see it is a simple, large stone room with a large set of doors in front of you with a massive sun carved into it. You can see there are plenty of twigs, trees, and branches all growing out of the walls and the roof of this room. Lena stands in front of this door. I don't think this place has been opened up in thousands of years, she says. Anyone want to give me a hand opening this? She says as she walks over to one of the large stone doors.
I can.
Alright.
Of course.
Alright. Beck, Elwyn, make me strength rolls, along with Lena, of course.
Hold on, let me get my. So that is an 18.
Alright. With your guys' combined efforts, the three of you slowly open the door. Some dust kind of flies out. You all walk inside the next room. And what you see inside is a bit shocking. Firstly, you notice a statue of a large, grand stag in the middle of the room. You can see the stag is carved to have leaves, vines, and flowers growing from its antlers and around its body. You can see that there is an opening kind of around the ceiling above the statue has an opening, and you can see small slivers of light shining down onto it, illuminating its face and some parts of its body. You can see that there are more doors, one in the middle, one on the left, and one on the right. But the thing that is the most strange and curious about this place is as you all walk in, you can see there are banners on the wall. They're old, moldy, with moth holes all in them. But it's the symbol of the Valterian Empire on these banners. Taking another look around the room, you guys notice what appears to be very large boxes with the Valterian symbol painted on them. But they're covered in dust. Haven't looked like they've been opened in thousands of years. I think we're going to go down a line here so you all can get your chance to do something. Let's start off with Beck. Beck, what do you want to do in this room?
I'll just look around, investigate, I guess.
All right, roll me a perception check.
Okay. It's gonna be a 17.
Beck, you walk over to one of the Valterian boxes and you open it up and the dust kind of... Inside, you notice armor. Very old armor. It's a different design from yours. Your armor is a little bit more scale-like, the way that it's carved. It's a bit more draconic, with scales and kind of talons kind of carved in to honor Agaroth. But this armor seems to be elite armor, but it's much rounder, smoother, not as many carves or engravings of dragon-like properties. And the helmets inside aren't resembling a dragon at all. In fact, they're just very simple knight helmets, full-plate knight helmets. There's no dragon insignia or styling at all to these helmets. We'll leave that off for you, Beck. Next, let us move on to Aliceman. Aliceman, what would you like to do in this room?
Are there moths in there, or are they gone?
There are no moths in there, but there are lots of moth holes from where they ate the flags.
I guess I'll just look at those.
All right. Aliceman, you walk up to one of the banners and you look up on it. It is the Valterian symbol, the dragon swallowing the sword, but it appears to be a slightly different design, just so slightly. The dragon is kind of drawn a little differently. Also, it's silver, not gold. Usually the dragon swallowing the sword is painted gold, but these are painted silver. So, slightly different design and a different color scheme, but it is still a black backdrop. Moving on. Ekrai, what would you like to do in here?
Can I bust open one of the boxes to see what's inside?
Yep. Ekrai, you bust open one of the other boxes. Inside, you can see that these are a bunch of what looks like to be bottles and canteens, lots of water holding sources. You pick one up and you can see the Valterian symbol carved into one of them. But you notice again, it's a different design, as Beck has a Valterian water bottle on his side, but it's not at all the same design or look that Beck has. It's a little bit more boxy. It's not as round as his, and the symbol is carved a little bit differently than his is.
Do they have like water in them?
They aren't. They're all empty.
Damn, I wanted to drink it.
I mean, you could have a nice new water bottle now. All right, moving on.
Yeah, I'll take one with me.
Excellent. Oz, what would you like to do in the room?
Can I investigate it?
Yep. Is there anything in particular we want to investigate? The boxes, the flags, the doors, the statue?
Can I just do a general investigation?
Yeah.
Like of everything?
Yep, go ahead and make me a roll.
You've got to be kidding me. That was okay. That's a 6.
All right. Oz, nothing really stands out to you in the room. The things that you're finding are pretty much what the others are finding as well. And finally, Elwyn. What would you like to do in this room?
Did Beck open all the boxes?
There's one more unopened box, and there's still the statue.
Okay. Gonna go up to the other box and go ahead and investigate it.
All right. Elwyn, you pop open the largest box. It's almost as tall as you kind of lift the lid off and take a peek inside. Elwyn, you notice that inside this box appears to be a very, very large brazier, or brazier, depending on how you want to pronounce it. It doesn't have any kindling in it. It's not lit or anything. It appears to be made out of a very dark metal. You don't really know why this is down here. Maybe for decor, you're guessing? Alright. Lena walks up to the statue and she kind of takes a look at it as you're all looking around. So, this is the goddess Enta, she says. You all turn around to look up at the statue, the large, mighty stag standing very proudly. The flowers almost seem to glow slight faint colors even though being carved out of stone. You know, Lena says as she kind of looks down, the nymphs are the second-born children of Enta. After the Fae, of course, she says, looking over at Alisman. Guess it's just kind of strange to see her carved in all her glory. Lena looks back up at the statue of Enta. Although, she says, why the hell is there Valterian stuff down here? She kind of looks at you all like expecting an answer, but you're all just as lost as her.
Owen's gonna nod and be like, I was gonna ask Beck the same thing. I thought that no one has been here for thousands of years.
That's what I thought too. This place was abandoned after Sidar's war, but there's Valterian stuff down here. Doesn't make any sense, she says. Beck, you have never seen any of this stuff before. It all looks ancient. So you also have no clue what any of this Valterian stuff really is. Right. Well, there's 3 doors. Which one do you guys want to go down first?
Whichever one is farthest right.
Alright. Right door. These doors are much smaller than the stone doors. They're more just simple wooden doors that lead to different parts of the temple. Ekrai, you walk over to the rightmost door and you open it up. Ekrai, as you swing open the doors, you walk into what appears to be a very large study room. And you can see there are tons and tons of books all over the place. And they're both Sunkeeper books and Valterian books. So, we'll start with Ekrai first. Ekrai, you enter into this new study room. You can see there are bookshelves full of books everywhere. There's a large kind of sofa chair combination in the middle of the room, and you can see there are tables where people appear to have been scrawling down information. What do you wish to do?
Can I walk around to the tables and like see if I can get any information off of what was being written?
Ekrai, as you walk throughout the tables and the bookshelves, you notice that a lot of the books are burnt or just have completely turned to dust from just ages of not being opened or used. Ekrai, you do find one book that seems to be relatively intact. The book says, at least on the front, the origins of Valteria.
Can I just pocket it for now?
All right.
I'll ask Beck about it later.
Okay. Anyone else in this room want to take a little meander, see if they can find anything?
Another investigation check?
No. I want to do the same.
All right. If you all want to make me investigation checks to try and find more books, go ahead and do it.
Yes.
21.
21.
That's an 11.
10.
11. 10.
Dirty 20.
20.
What do you roll? Is it the 20 die?
Yes, and it's plus or minus your investigation.
That's not on my thing.
Bring it in here.
They can also just do like wisdom as well.
Yeah, I'll do wisdom.
Yeah.
18.
Okay. Oz, you do not find anything. Ekrai, you do not further find anything. Oz, you find that a lot of these books appear to have been burned by something or someone. Like something wanted to get all this information gone. Beck, let's start with you first. Beck, you walk over to the bookshelves and you're just pulling books off. So many of them are just ruined, like can't read them, useless. Until you finally find one book, and you pull...
August, you're cutting out.
No! Okay, I'm gonna do my classic thing. Hello.
Hello.
All right, I did the classic disconnect, reconnect. All right. Anyways, okay. Beck, you begin pulling books off the shelves. So many of them are ruined, dusty, old, trash. But Beck, you finally come to this one book, and you pull it down and it seems to be relatively intact. And it's a simple black book with a wolf and a skull on its cover, emblazoned in gold. You can tell it's a Sunkeeper book.
Can I read it at all?
Beck, you open the first page, and immediately some older pages fall out and kind of just crumple to dust on the floor. But the first page says, Sidar.
Alright, I guess I'll just pocket the book.
Alright.
Or what's left of it.
Elwyn, you're also searching around the room. And you don't really find any great, crazy books or anything. It appears that both Ekrai and Beck were the only ones to get any books intact. However, you do seem to find a little journal. It seems to have been kept by someone who was here, and it's more of like a personal journal. And you pick it up, Elwyn, and you look at the front cover and you can see someone's name is written on it, but it's so smudged out that you can't really make out who it was written by. And as you open up to the first page, Elwyn, you can see that it says demons. and their names.
Okay. And do I recognize any of the names, or is
That's
it
just the
that-
first page, but if you want to continue reading, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and continue. Go ahead and flip the page.
All right. I'll give you an abridged version. Demons were created by Sidar during the Cataclysmic Wars. During the war against Enta, Sidar led legions of these demons to fight her and the other gods. But when he fell, the population of demons decreased substantially, and now there's only a couple dozen left in the world, and even less that have bled into the mortal realm of Otax. Listed inside is the name of all known demons that have ever entered the mortal realm after Sidar's slumber. You can see names like Lillian, Malakarth, Hatham, Sabrina, Dianar. So many names. There are even names that seem to be scratched out from age.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pocket the journal.
All right. Okay. That's all that you guys find in this room. And this is all that's left in the room. There are no doors leading out of it. So you all walk back into the main chamber. Now which way do you guys wish to go?
The far left,
Middle.
middle.
Well, you guys could split the party.
Nah,
No.
middle.
Oh,
I wanna
Elwyn.
split.
Elwyn, I forgot to mention one more thing about the journal. It didn't seem old. It seemed a bit newer.
Okay.
So forgot to mention that. It's not as old as it used as anything else. It looks like it was more recently written.
Okay.
All right. Middle door. Alrighty. And also, we'll probably be wrapping up in about an hour or so. Alright. You all open the middle door. These doors are a little bit larger, a little bit more intricate than the other two doors. As you all enter the middle doorway, you guys can see that it's another chamber with another door at the end of its hall, but the door at the end of this hallway is chained shut. You can see that this door appears to have been blasted at, as there are two Valterian cannons aiming at this next sealed door. And you can see there are these giant kind of craters where the cannonballs hit, and you can see like 3 to 4 cannonballs laying on the ground, ancient. You can see that there's a lot of ancient gunpowder and cannonballs next to these very old Valterian cannons. So, what do you guys wish to do?
I want to break open the door.
All right. Beck, you walk to the foot of this door. You can see that as you get closer, it appears like these magical green vines kind of just materialize out of thin air over the door. And once you're standing right in front of it, these giant, thick vines with red thickets, thorns are kind of poking out of it.
I guess we'll try slashing at it with my rapier.
Beck, you take out your rapier and you slash at the vine, but no effect. Your sword just bounces off of it. Lena kind of walks forward and she just goes, "Well, of course that wasn't going to work, Beck."
Wow. Who would have thought?
She kind of rolls her eyes. This appears to be an ancient tree seal. I've seen these before. They're performed by the archdruids to keep unwanted guests out. Only ones that can, well, disarm it are those that are also blessed with nature magic. She kind of looks at her own hands. And then she kind of also glances over to Alice Finn.
Well, then break open the door.
Lena kind of looks over at Beck. I don't know what's back there, Beck. Sorry I'm not so gun-ho to just open some door that's been sealed for probably 10,000 years.
Fine, let's go look at the other door then.
Lena kind of just scoffs and she turns around and just goes, oh my god, he's such a brat. She walks out the door. You guys go into the last door and you open it up. As you guys enter into the final room, you can see that this room appears to have been completely repurposed from what it was used as previously. Before, it just looked like a separate prayer chamber, but now it appears that the Valtarians have turned it into some kind of, like, camp, or, like, hideout. You can see that there are these super old Valtarian tents kind of set up, and they're all old and falling apart. You can also see that there are some more Valtarian banners hung up and some just random gear spattered about, abandoned for a very long time. One thing I will say, no bodies. You guys haven't found any skeletons down here. So whoever was here, they either all left or something else.
Great.
I want to go search the camps, I guess, or the camp, I guess.
All right.
Like going into where the tents or whatever is set up there.
Searching the tent, Beck, you do find an old note hidden behind some boxes and some barrels that appears to have just been tossed away as the Valtarians were leaving. Beck, you open this note, and it's kind of hard to read because some of the writing is scratched out from age, but from what you're getting is... It appears that this was a letter with orders on it. To the Valtarian soldiers stationed in Fenral. You will gain access to the Temple of Enta, named Rolaz, and you will gain entry to the main tree chamber, and retrieve for me the amber fruit. I will not expect failure. Valteria's glory and future rests on your shoulders. And at the bottom you can see, written by the scribe of Agaroth. There is not really anything else of interest that you find in the room.
Alright.
As you all exit, you can see Lena's kind of standing, kind of putting her weight, leaning against the statue of Enta, and you can see she's kind of like bouncing her leg up and down like you do when you're anxious, and she's kind of just like staring at the ground, biting her thumb a little bit.
Ellen's gonna walk up and ask if she's okay.
Lena's gonna look up. Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little odd what we've been finding down here. Valtarian setup. Beck finds a note written by the scribe of Agaroth. Tons of books with unknown history. And that wolf, she says. That wolf seems so out of place, but strangely familiar, she says as she continues to look down.
I don't trust this any more than you do. I say we get what we need and get out.
I don't know what's behind that door. It could be the wormwood, it could be something else, but I guess we gotta unseal it to find out what's behind it. Lena kind of gets up to her feet, and she looks over at you, Beck, and she just kind of nods as she walks over to the great doors, and she puts her hands on the vines. By the loving, humble grace of Enta, you are freed from your bonds, O great tree. And the vines begin to slowly creep back up into the ceiling, unsealing the door. Right. Who wants to go in first?
You.
I would like to.
All right,
I'd like to
Ekrai.
go in second.
All right. Ekrai, you put your hands on the door, slowly open it. You all walk into what appears to be an underground cave, completely untouched by any Valterians. You can see that there is light shining up above, and you can see there are tons and tons of thick vines and kind of like a canopy to kind of try and hide this area, but there is light shining through it. This underground cave is quite large, and in the middle of the cave is a lake. In the middle of the lake, there is a small island, just big enough to have a very old, skeletal-looking tree growing on it. The tree is almost completely black, like a charred black. And you can see that from the little edges of its branches grows this apple-sized amber fruit that seems to glow a soft golden hue. Around the chamber, around the cave, you can see that there are all manner of trees, bushes, and fauna growing. It seems to be alive down here, like its own little mini ecosystem. As you can see, small rodents running in and out throughout the bushes, and even some small birds are flying in and out through the opening up top onto trees. It's tranquil. It's beautiful. It's nature almost perfected in a strange way as you all stand at the bank of the lake. Lena is staring at the tree and she just kind of goes, I don't believe it. It's real, she says. What do you all wish to do? Take your time. If you need a minute to think about what you need to do, don't worry.
I mean, obviously we need to get to the island, but what if there's something wrong with the water? Could I investigate the water?
Roll me a spicy perception check.
Alright. That's a 16.
The water is surprisingly clear. Crystal clear, almost. It is very beautiful to look at. You can actually see to the bottom. It's not that deep. It's maybe about 10, 12 feet. So just a little too high for you guys to like walk through it. But still rather shallow.
Alright.
You don't
Beck's going swimming.
You don't seem to notice anything. You see some fish. You see some small little silver fish kind of floating around, but that's about it.
Alright, Beck is gonna take off his armor so it doesn't drown him, and he's going to swim to the fucking island.
Beck's built, by the way. He's fucking ripped.
He's got, well, also his fucking arms and legs.
Oh yeah, do you actually do the players know? I don't think they do. So if you want to, you could tell them.
Alright. So as Beck takes off his armor, he's taking off his helmet, taking off his Valterian armor, and underneath his chest is like covered in scars and like just scars and shit, and then his arms and legs are completely metal. Like he has metal prosthetic arms that are similar to his Valterian gear, like of them being like black and draconic kind of. And yeah, that's Beck. He's going swimming.
Lena looks a little surprised at your augments, Beck. But you guys watch as Beck, without a second thought or even a word, just jumps into the lake and starts to swim over to the island. Are any of you going to do anything, or are you guys just going to?
I'm gonna follow him.
All right. Ekrai jumps in next. Anyone else? Or do you guys just want to?
Can I investigate the fish?
Yeah, you want to look at the fish?
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Elwin's.
What was that? Okay. Okay. One at a time. All right. Elwin, what are you doing?
Elwin's gonna whistle at Beck and then jump in his mouth.
All right. Oz. Ozzy boy. Ozzy Oz man.
Crickets.
Oh no, Nex. Did your thing die again? Aliceman, you wanted to go look at fishes?
Yeah.
Aliceman, you walk over. They're these very beautiful silver fish. They almost look like silver coins, just like the way that their scales glint in the sunlight. And you notice they all appear to be the same species. Yeah, they're very sweet. One kind of swims up and kind of like brushes itself against your hand. Oz, do you have a question? I think your mic's being weird. It's like,
Hello.
There we
Hey,
go. There we go. Yes,
There
yes.
we go.
We hear ya. And now we can't hear you.
We heard ya.
We heard you
What
for a
is this?
second. Yes. Yes.
I can create an ice. Okay, I can create an ice dagger,
Yeah.
but like what's the limitation of me like creating things that I?
I'm gonna say that's for you to find out if you want to do
Like
your thing.
how far away is this island?
It's about like,
Because I kind of like an ice pathway to the island.
yeah, it's decently far. I mean, like, it's not like super far away. Oh man, what would be like a reasonable
I mean,
distance?
I do have a. I have a cantrip that says Ray Frost, so like I can make ice.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say that. How?
Although we might need someone to stay on the other
Yeah.
side just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say that the island's maybe like 160, 200 feet away, so it's like decently far, but not like totally that like massively far away. Yeah.
I mean,
Alright.
could I kind of like make an ice bridge? or something?
Maybe only like halfway, but probably not all the way.
There's no shame in just staying.
Yeah, Aliceman's playing with fishes, and Lena's just kind of looking around.
No, I know. I don't want to get rust.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you are kind of made out of metal, so you can't. Yeah, you can't really swim. All right. Well, Ekrai, Elwin, Beck, as you all get closer to the island, you all start to notice that something begins to materialize on it, out of a greenish kind of energy.
Nice.
As you all swim to the bank of the island, what has formed in front of you three is a glittery, wispy green stag with flowers growing in its antlers.
Bruh, it's Enta.
And you can see that she kind of the stag kind of looks at you all and says, "Who is it that swims near the wormwood?"
Hi, I'm back.
Elwin's gonna bow his head and say hello. Sorry for intruding.
You can see that
Ekright's also gonna bow, but he's staying quiet.
you can see that the large stag bows back to you all. I appreciate the sign of respect. This part of me hasn't seen visitors in a very, very long time. Not since it went dark all those years ago. She stands up and she looks down at you all. I will ask my question again. Why do you swim near the wormwood?
Well, we we seek the fruit that bears on the tree.
The amber fruit, Enta says as she stares back at the wormwood. My greatest failure, she says as she looks back at you all. She kind of takes a step back for a second. The wormwood's fruit is only deemed for those that I can trust, those worthy of embracing nature to its fullest. But yet I do not sense that from you three. I sense only greed, confusion, and fear, she says as she looks at all of you.
Beck is gonna turn towards the mainland and just start screaming for Lena.
Lena looks over and she sees Enta, and you can see her face kind of drops a little bit.
She's like, what the fuck?
Lena begins to swim over, and as she reaches the bank, she stands as well. And you can see that she kind of walks forward, and Enta looks over. Ah, a second born. It is good to see that your people still yet live, she says. Lena bows. It is an honor to meet you, my god. But I'm confused. I don't want to sound rude, but aren't you
The bitches.
gone? Enta kind of tilts her head a little bit at this statement. No god is ever really gone, child. Although my power has been fractured and scattered, this part of me appears to continue to want to protect the wormwood. For whatever reason, I can't quite be too sure. But I know that I can't let the fruit fall into the hands of evil people, she says. Lena kind of looks at Beck, Elwyn, and Ekrai. I understand, my god, she says, and she kind of takes a step back. The stag looks back at all of you. I'm afraid none of you I could deem worthy. She looks at the four of you. Even you, my second born. For I sense there is lots of inner torment inside of you. You don't even seem to trust your own being, she says as she looks at Lena, and Lena kind of bows her head at this statement.
Beck is going to look back over at the mainland and start screaming for Alisman.
Oz, I guess it's time to try and make that ice bridge.
That's right, making the ice bridge.
Alright. Oz, I'm gonna say you make an ice, like, hopscotch stone thing that you're gonna have to jump from. So,
Well, what if it's like every step, like
oh, it's
is
ice.
frozen, but,
Oh,
like,
okay, you actually don't. Yeah, no.
Right when his foot.
That is that is
water.
much cooler, but also less comedic. But you know what? We'll go with it. Oz.
Wait a minute. Is Oz worthy of trust?
Oz, you walk up to the bank, and you guys obviously see Oz walk across with this ice kind of forming underneath him. Oz, as you get to the bank, Enta looks at you, and you see that she kind of recoils a little bit at you, Oz. I am sorry, child, but I can sense great hatred inside of you, and a need for revenge, indiscriminate. And I sense a darker presence looming over you, she says. The path of the righteous could lead one to their own self-destruction, she says, as she kind of bows her head at you in a sign of somber respect. Alisman, do you swim over to the island?
I guess. I mean,
Wait. Can I swim over and kind of do the the like frog and the scorpion kind of thing, where like Alisman's like on top of my back and I'm just moving him across.
Beck, as you take Alisman across the lake, Alisman, you notice that the fishes are following you, and Beck.
Oh,
They seem to like you.
Good.
As you get to the bank
Cute.
of the smaller island, and Alisman, you walk up, and Enta looks at you, and her eyes glisten. A firstborn. The first of my creations, she says as she bows her head deeply this time to you, Alisman. I am so sorry that your people's fate was ruined because of me. She looks up at you, Alisman. I sense no evil in you. I sense no need for conquest, revenge, or greed. In you, I only sense curiosity and the will to be safe, to be protected, she says as she stares at you. Alisman. I can grant the fruit to you, but, and she looks at the others, only Alisman can decide what he wants to do with the fruit. Anyone else who tries to take it or force it upon him, the fruit will wither, mold, and die in his hands. She looks back at Alisman. Only one pure of heart would know the right thing to do with such great power. Enta walks over and grabs one of the fruit. She plucks it with her teeth off of the wormwood, and you watch as she plucks the ember fruit off. The branch it was hanging from kind of curls up, kind of like a slug when you like pour like salt on it. And she walks back over to Alisman. The amber fruit. When I met my end, I bled golden light, she said. She hands the fruit to Alisman. Alisman, you hold it, and it's a very soft, warm feeling kind of permeates throughout your hands and lower arms. I bled golden light when I was felled so long ago. And now the wormwood sits as a reminder to my downfall. Enta bows as she slowly dissipates back into green light and fades. Alisman, you are now holding one of the amber fruits in your hands. It is warm, it's got a reassuring presence to it, and it's no bigger than an apple. Alright guys, what do you all want to do?
Elwin's gonna pat him on the back like, see kid? Almost done. We're almost done. You got this.
I don't really want to eat it.
Well, I'm not gonna force you, of course, you know. Like they said, only you can decide. And it's up to you. If you need me to, I can definitely hold our fearless leader off for a little bit if you'd like to think about it.
Could
The decision
could I like half the fruit and like store some of it and then eat some of it? Or do I have to eat like all? Okay, I'm gonna do that.
You guys, Alisman, as you're looking at the fruits, I'm gonna go pee real quick, and then I'll tell you what happens next.
Alright, but okay, so I wrote down what Enta said to all of us. So there's like greed, confusion, fear, insecurity, hatred, and curiosity. I want to know who of the three of us was greed, confusion, or fear.
100% I'm greed, no doubt.
Yeah, curiosity and fear for Elwin.
No, curiosity was for Alisman.
Yes, it was, so yeah, I would think greed for, what were they again? They were
Greed,
greed,
confusion, or fear.
probably confusion then.
Alright, solid.
Other than that, greed. Because Alwyn's whole thing is that just getting this thing to his mom and going to fuck home.
Alright.
August, I have a question.
Yes.
From me, Elwyn, and Ekrai, who was greed, who was confusion, and who was fear?
I'm not gonna reveal that. It's part of the story.
Fuck you, man.
It's part of the story.
Part of the story. You're gonna make me ruin it. I'd say they all kind of interchangeably go between you all in your own ways. I mean, you all know your backstories, so you could probably guess.
I don't. But Beck isn't really a greedy individual.
No, but there's other things that blight him.
Yeah.
Alright.
He
Alisman.
saw. Oh shit.
Alisman, as you go to carve the fruit in half, you all hear someone enter through the door behind you and kind of call out across the river. Or, another option is you can hand that fruit to me, little one. All of you turn around to see a new person has walked into the room. One that none of you have ever seen before. You can see that she's about 6 feet tall. She has dark skin with a faint purple hue to it. She wears this thick carved armor that almost appears to be that it looks like it's almost made out of onyx. And you can see that she has longer purple hair that is incredibly curly that she has tied into a ponytail. Her face is demonic, with long fangs protruding from under her lip. And you can see that she has bright, yellow, golden eyes, the same as the wolf that you all fought. Or, you could hand the fruit to me, little one. This
Beck is gonna yell back, hey dumbass, didn't you hear Enta? She said that the fruit would, poof if that were to happen, so sorry, man.
Oh, I can assure you the little one will want to give it to me.
What do you have is it?
Is this Luna? Is that her name?
Yes. But you don't know that yet.
Yeah.
In real life.
You can see that the figure walks closer to the banks of the lake. And she looks over at you, Alisman, and she says, I don't know what that failure of a god said to you, but I can assure you, giving the fruit to me will benefit you greatly. I can tell that you don't want to be with these people. I've seen it. I could get you away from them. In fact, I can get you away from every danger that has ever haunted you. You just have to hand me the fruit.
By death?
How do I know I can trust you more than I can trust them, though?
I mean, look at her fucking face and tell me.
That's offensive, she says to Becca. Alisman.
Sorry, sweetheart.
Owen's gonna nod and be like, listen, little one. Have we ever hurt you? Don't think it back. Have I?
Oh my god,
nice,
give it a
nice
rest. You're on the same mission I am.
Beck, I am trying to help you right now. Shut the fuck up. Have we ever hurt you? Have we ever hurt you? At all? Other than the whole, wanting you to eat this fruit.
You see, Alisman?
Emotionally, maybe.
You see, Alisman? They argue. They bicker. They fight. They're not a team. They're just a bunch of low-life thugs, mercenaries, and soldiers. They don't see you as anything, but I do. I can grant you everything you've ever wanted. You don't have to spend any more time with these lessers. I've been granted all the power I could ever need. You just have to give me the fruit, and I'll ensure your safety and your immediate leave of this place and these people.
I don't really want to make a deal with anyone.
That's
don't know.
That's literally a demon. I would not make a deal with her.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pass.
You know, you say that, Tiefling, she says as she looks over at you, Elwyn. But you know, I've always been confused since I came back to the surface. Why do you two, and she looks at Ekrai and Elwyn, why do you two continue to fight it?
Because we're not cunts.
Because it's easy to just enjoy yourself.
No, I think you misunderstood my question. Why do you two fight this idea that you have free will? That you have free power? You two know your fates, don't you?
You say that we don't have free will, but us fighting proves that we do.
You see that the figure begins to step onto the lake, and as she does so, roots, like dead roots and dead leaves, kind of form to keep her like up above the water.
I don't know if I like that.
It appears that the tieflings of this world have not been told their true purpose. She points a long sword at Ekrai and Elwyn. You two know your bloodlines. You know your origins. You know your place in the world as I know my place.
My place is a nice house with my family.
With your family? The mortals that brought you into this world? No. No, tiefling. Whose blood runs through your veins?
A deadbeat dad.
No. No, tiefling. Who created the demons? Sidar. Who sent the demons to destroy Elena? Sidar. Who aided in your birth? A demon. Which means that not only their blood, their power runs through your veins, but so does Sidar. Sidar lives in every last one of you half-breeds, and you will all know your place by his side by the end of it, whether you like to or not, she says, her eyes glowing this bright yellow color. He will lead us to the next age. His victory was only postponed. Now, little one, give me the fruit, or things will get ugly.
I'm so good. I didn't change my mind.
What was that, Aliceman? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I was still good. That didn't change my mind.
You can see that Lena kind of walks forward, and she whispers to you, Beck, this is not good. Not good at all. I'm going to make a distraction, and when I do, you all run for it.
What? Wait, what?
No.
We're not.
Listen to me. She is not what she seems to be. I've sensed this before. It's not good. She is much powerful than even me. I'm going to make a distraction, and when I do, you guys grab Aliceman and run. And you get back to the temple, alright? Don't try to fight her.
Beck's gonna nod.
You see that Luneth kind of points her sword. I'm waiting for an answer, Aliceman. Are you going to give me the fruit? Or am I going to have to rip it from your cold, dead hands? And you watch as from all the fauna in the room, all the trees, all the bushes start to move and decay as they start to turn into bears and wolves and snakes. And those creatures that you fought, or one of the creatures that you fought earlier, they all resemble that wolf with the burning yellow eyes as they all kind of start to crowd and swarm around the banks of the lake. All right. On my count, run. Lena walks forward. I know what you are, demon. And I know what power you wield. You are not welcomed in this forest anymore. You were banished to the underworld for a reason. Luneth is kind of taken aback. Ah, a nymph. Funny. I thought your kind were extinct. But I guess worms always find a way to survive. Luneth, you guys watch as Luneth takes her sword and she ignites it, and this green witch-like flame bursts from the blade. And you can see Lena kind of is taken aback at this fire, and she just goes, oh no. You see that she grits her teeth, she pushes forward her arm, and she mutters a word under her breath. And the green and the tattoo begins to glow a brighter and brighter green until there's a loud bang, and a sudden shock of purplish greenish spores shoots all throughout the room, completely blinding almost everyone except you all. You guys can see that there is a clear path Lena has set out to the door. Do you all run?
Yes, I'm gonna grab Alisman because his little legs probably don't go that fast.
Hell yeah, I run.
You all begin to run, and you guys
I need to grab my clothes.
Yeah, you guys see that Lena has made somewhat of a root bridge across the lake as you all charge across the bridge and through the doors, as you can hear all the beasts snarling and yapping as they're trying to find a way out of the spore cloud as you all walk. And you can hear Luneth kind of cackling to herself. You think that's going to stop me, little worm? I'm going to execute you like all the others. And you watch as you all turn around to try and see what's happening, but you watch as one of Lena's roots grabs the door to the chamber and slams it shut behind you all. What do you all do?
Fuck. We need to get out of here now.
All right.
I don't want her, but she told us to leave. I'm gonna respect her wishes.
You all begin to run out of the temple as you all ascend the staircase, running, until you guys get to the top. You guys run down the top of the temple, kind of panting to yourselves. And as you're about to catch your breath to continue to run back to the temple, you hear growling behind you all. As you turn around, you can see a large pack of Luneth's beasts waiting outside, and they're all waiting to pounce on you all. But we'll have to figure out what happens in the next session.
Wow, so cool of you.
We're gonna end on a cutscene, so go ahead and mute yourselves. Oh, fuck, we need music. Okay. I bamboozled you all. Alright. Ending cutscene. Okay. The scene opens up in the Valterian Palace, where all the Dragon Fangs live and oversee their war effort. You can see Dusk sitting at their table, looking through their notes, before they kind of just stand up suddenly and begin to head towards the door. They walk out into the hallway and begin to start to walk for the entrance to the palace. As Dusk is walking, they hear a voice behind them. Where are you heading off to? Dusk turns around and looks at the Dragon Fang, Olania. Olania has her helmet off. For those of you who do not know what she looks like, she is a tiefling. She has blue skin, yellow eyes, and she has black, kind of curly hair that ends at around her shoulders. Her horns are a bit more curved, a bit more upward. And you can see that she has an eye patch that covers her left eye and a scar as well on her left eye, assuming that the eye patch is covering up some kind of wound. Dusk turns to look at Olania. I'm leaving, they say. Are you heading to Fenral? Olania responds. I am. I have a feeling. Olania walks a little bit closer. I know what you've been studying in their dusk. I've been peeking. I've seen your notes on the doors to purgatory. Your obsession, seeming obsession with the demons. Just thought I would say something. Dusk just kind of stares at her. I assure you, Olania, my efforts will appease the war effort. That's not what I'm worried about, Dusk. The war is... well, it's set in stone who's going to win. Our military might is unquestioned, and we gain more ground by the day. Don't lie to me. This whole research into the underworld isn't for us. It's for you. Dusk just kind of stands there. What is the point of you talking to me, Olania? Dusk, I don't know what you think you're going to find down there or what you even want from it, but my kind, she kind of gestures to herself, my full-blooded kind aren't ones to be bargained with or worked with. Do you remember what happened to Vanessa? Do you remember the deals she struck with Sartosa and Lillian? It got her killed. We're supposed to be friends first, comrades second. I'm just trying to look out for you. I don't want what happened to her to happen to you. Just stop with the demon stuff. Dusk still has their mask on. It's just kind of looking at Olania. And Dusk just says, I'm not Vanessa. And they turn around and begin to walk down the hallway. You're setting yourself up for failure, Dusk. The Queen trained you better than this. Vanessa thought you knew better than this. And Olania turns around and walks the opposite direction. And that'll be the end of today's session.
Nice.
Very good, very good, very good.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, thank you all so much for another great session. We will be having the next session in, not next week, because next week's Godblood, but the week after that will be Meeting of Worlds. So thank you all so much. And now we can just sit around and chat for a little bit.
What level are we now?
Oh yes, yes. Thank you for reminding me, Lee.
Yes, please.
You can all level up to level 2. Go ahead and bump yourselves up. You're definitely gonna need it because you have a bunch of Luneth's beasts looking at you.
How wonderful.
Yeah. So excited. Yay.
I'm trying to incorporate the other Dragon Fangs more into the storytelling. So
I have a question.
Yes.
How does Dusk look?
So I guess I can tell you out of the game, but
Yeah.
their appearance is
for
supposed
fan art purposes.
to be a mystery. So I'll tell you. You technically don't know what they look like because they wear the mask. Ooh. So Dusk. So first off, their mask is very different from the other elites and generals and Dragon Fangs. Of course, the Valterians wear those dragon helmets, but Dusk just wears a very simple, like simple, kind of curved mask. It just kind of looks like what's a good example? Like, just imagine like a ski mask, but just like flatter, no holes, very smooth, all black.
Yeah.
With just like eye
That's
slits.
That's kind of how I thought their helmet would look.
Yeah. As
But like
for...
with like a moon on it. That's how I always...
with a moon. Actually, yeah, that's actually pretty spot on. Dusk's actual appearance, they are a human.
Hold on.
They are human.
Gang.
They have dark skin. They have shorter, curlier hair. They have dark green eyes. And there is one feature that I am not going to say because it will play into the plot. But yeah, dark skin, dark green eyes, shorter, curlier hair. That's all I can give for you because the other defining description is for plot purposes, and I don't want to spoil it. But there you go.
Okay.
So the sibling wants me to read y'all.
I don't care.
I want to hear it.
Their notes.
I want to hear the notes.
Wait, hold on. Let me switch to my phone real quick so I can be on my camera.
I kept zoning out and I felt really bad about it.
We get cameras now?
You get a camera?
We get cameras?
Alright, can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Alright. So, oh god, it's gonna show my face. Yeah, it's gonna... So it says, recap, hashtag trapped in the woods.
Uh-huh.
Elena hates the gays. Never mind. Truffle supremacy. Time. Piercing blue eyes. Loud. Wait, what does that say? Hand holding. Hand holding. Then it's dark as hell. Not my problem. I eated a twig.
Eat a twigs.
They looking. You don't see me. Wonder why. Sarcasm. I'm like 5 inches. This is okay. Elwyn, kid. Grown ass man. What is that? Oh, the eyeball?
Yeah, me
Okay.
hit.
Me hit. Yellow vibes. Let's see. Leave. Note sounds familiar. Cough, cough.
It's the note. There was
Oh,
the fruit and it's
okay.
bad.
Yeah. Then here comes the sun. Yo, relax. No way.
Let's.
Oh my god.
Oh, relax.
Playing with the fishes. Green vibes enter. Purple guide sequel. Hashtag worthy.
It's an unworthy decision. And it's like, I am?
Yeah. And then
Ausphobic god.
nice. But and then so their notes versus mine.
Oh my god. Lee, you popped off.
I know, this was the first time I've had... Yeah, then I got the rainbow up her.
Oh, purr.
Her.
Gay.
Gay? During Pride Month?
During Pride
That's
Month. Gay?
sacrilege.
During
But guys, I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys later.
Alright,
Nice.
next.
Alright,
I will
yeah.
catch you in the next session. Peace.
That will catch you guys next video.
So you did record all of it?
Oh yeah.